Hello, everybody. This is Helen again. And this, I teach at the Dorothy Benson Senior Services Center. And this is the last week, session number 4 of our needle felting. And I'll show you all the ones we've done so far. So here's the real simple one. That's the mouse without any feet. And it has a tail. And I put a loop on here so it could be hung, okay? And here's the mouse with the feet, except for it's missing the other side right now. But as you can see, I had the needle felt these and attach it. And with the needle felting, you can really make that shape right there that if you keep punching it, it'll dent it in. And you can create that really nice dented in shape, which I think you can see this way. And also you can define this head too. Okay, I just need to add 2 more feet. Even the ears have been needle felted, so has the eyes. I didn't use embroidery thread for the eyes. I just went and did this. This one's got that little fuzzy white on there, but the other eye is a little bit better. I'll have to fix that. And then, so we're still continuing with the simple. Well, this one's pretty simple too. It's just a penguin, but you just make a round egg shape and then attach a head to it. The beak was a little bit tricky. I did try to glue it, add glue here to stiffen it, but it didn't really work that well. The eyes are embroidery threads, and then once again, I have a loop here so I can hang it, and he has a tail. And the feet, yeah, it's really gray, but it looks whitish here. It's needle felt. Well, I think I wet felted those. I just kind of made them really tiny points. And I needle felted them onto its body, okay? But the tail is needle felted. All right, so last week we were working on the polar bear. So this one looks like a juvenile, and I think it's because the snout is kind of small. So I've been working on that, trying to fix his eyes. I think it's okay. And then I started working on another one, okay? So I think I've shown you how to do the ears, but we can go ahead and do the ears, and also not sure if I showed you how to do the eyes. In the meantime, I went ahead and tried my hand at making a fox. I thought I was making a dog, but it turned into a fox. It kind of looks funny right now, but it's a fox. And I think I used white wool roving, and then I added the brown, and then I added the white for the tip and the feet. So it needs a little bit more work, but he's just a little fox, and I'll put a loop on him. Okay. And so today, besides showing you how to attach the ears, which I think I've already done before, right? So maybe we'll just jump right into using an armature technique. All right. So this is supposed to become a deer. And what I did was I just took pipe cleaners and kind of made what the deer shape is supposed to be like. I think that's what they look like. Yeah, not quite sure. And they have a long neck. Okay. So what we'll start doing is wrapping. Let me move all these guys aside. We'll start wrapping the wool roving to fatten up its body. And I guess it's kind of a shape of a rectangular shape. Maybe, I don't know what a deer really looks like, but I'm just going to wrap. And I think I might wrap some around his neck too, fatten it up a little bit. I could have attached the neck and the head on later. I might have to do that with the head. Yeah, I'll attach the head on later. So what I'll do is I'll just bend this pipe cleaner, okay, and make that the neck. So I'll just wind this wool roving around and around its body. Okay. So before we didn't use any armature. I think you can use any kind of wire. I just like to use the pipe cleaner because it's fuzzy and it grabs the wool better. Okay, right now it looks like a camel hump on here. Okay, I'm gonna add some more. Let me add some fuzzy wool roving. Fuzzier. Okay, let's see. I need to give it a little bum. Yeah. So, and I'm probably gonna have to add some more because you know how it shrinks. Give it a bum. Add some more around the chest. Kind of squish it. Okay. Let's see how that does so far. Okay. So remember this is gonna take a while, but maybe we can get the basic shape. And now I'm hitting the pipe cleaner, so be careful you don't break your needle. Okay? So don't poke it really hard because you might break the needle. I'm gonna use a bigger one. This one has how many needles? 5 needles. So I'm gently going to do it. I don't want to break my needles. I just want to get this smaller. I read somewhere that it takes like 600 pokes to just do the basic body shape like this. That's a lot, but I can see how it can be 600 pokes. I'm going to have to add more, so go ahead and just kind of get it to making the leg short. I think this part needs to go in. Oops. Could have wrapped it with yarn, but then I didn't have yarn handy right now, so I didn't, but I'll just use the roving for now. Yeah, my needles are hitting the pipe cleaner, so be careful. Yeah, next time I'll do the yarn. Hey, welcome. So, hey Shirley, you're on mute. Do you want to unmute yourself? Okay. So anyway, this is going to take a lot of pokes, but I don't really know what a deer looks like. I think this slid to the back. Just gonna have to push it more. I'll poke it here, see if I can. Always keep your fingers away from the needles. I almost poked myself. Because you will bleed. All right, so I'm doing this. Trying to get it to kind of, yeah, it would have been easier if I just wrapped yarn. Okay, it looks like it's a pregnant deer at this moment. I better do more around the belly. Now, once again, you can use sponge. This was something that came, this is packing material. It doesn't last as long as sponge, but it was free.
Helena,
Hey, how are you, Shirley? Good to
I'm
see you.
good. What I realized is that, you know, that where people go into the things that Richard sends out and clicks on the meetings.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Okay.
Oh, on the menus? Okay, the list, yeah.
Well, it's saying that it's saying it's no meeting there. It's wrong. That's probably why nobody else is here besides me.
Oh, I see. Okay.
What I did was I went in there and copied the numbers and then went back out and went into my Zoom and typed the numbers in.
Oh, so you need to let Sharita know that because I don't know anything about the technical parts. You can also watch these videos later too.
Okay, that's good to
Yeah.
know.
Have you
Because
watched them?
I need to go, where do I watch them at? On Zoom? I mean, on the,
Um, it's either not Zoom, but YouTube or the Fulton County Senior Services Center.
okay,
I actually
thanks.
typed in, I was looking for something else and I actually typed in Fulton County Senior Services Center and it came up, under videos or something.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you. I gotta go.
okay, no problem. Bye-bye. Okay, so anyway, I'm still trying to get this belly to shrink down a little bit. All right, now I think it's a little bit long here. Whoa, this is a lot of work. Okay, we'll keep going. Yep. Hard to do it with the armature in there because you keep hitting the armature. But if you want your animal to stand up, you need it. But you know what? Or if it has skinny legs. This is going to be a Christmas ornament, so maybe I didn't have to worry about the standing apart, All right, let's see. Now, the ones I buy in the stores, I bought a couple and they did have like glue on a lot of places. Probably to keep it from the fuzz coming apart or something. So it was kind of like not soft. Okay, so now this is the neck, okay, not the head. I just need to get it. Okay, so okay, we're getting there. Okay, that's going to, I'm going to start the head first because let's see, what's a deer head look like? First of all, I need to make a round ball. Okay, that's not going to be enough, is it? It might be. I don't think that's enough, but anchor it. Yeah, they do sell like fingertip cover things so you don't poke yourself. Well, I am trying to, I don't have any of those, so I'm trying to be as careful as I can. Also, you can hold it down with, like a bamboo skewer or something. I don't have one here. I'll just use this. So you can get pretty close and go a little bit faster. Okay, so I'm trying to make a round ball. Let me just see if the heat from my hands would shrink it down a little bit. Sometimes I'll like blow my breath on it, add moisture, and see if the heat of my hands would, and compress it really hard. All right, didn't work on that one too much, a little bit. Okay, I think this might be a good size. Yeah, I need to make it smaller. So this guy is going to get smaller, smaller, more dense. That fox was a little bit challenging for me to make. Actually, I thought I was making a dog, and it just turned into a fox, but I still need to poke the legs more because they're a little bit too fat. They don't have an armature in them. I think if I had an armature, I could make them a little bit skinnier, but get some substance. But I'm going to try to poke it some more and see if it'll get smaller. Okay, that's getting smaller. Let's see, what's the size of a head supposed to be? I have no idea. I think it needs to be smaller. Okay, but before I make it smaller, I need to add a little snout to him. So I'll take this and kind of like fold it into a cone if I can. I don't know if this is, oh, kind of a cone shape. Yeah, you probably should get that. If you're gonna do all this, a lot of needle felting and you're gonna do tedious and minute detail work, you probably should get those finger cuts. They sell just for this because I can see how I can poke myself easily. So right now I'm just working on making a snout into kind of like a cone shape. Turning it, poking it, turning it, poking it more. Yeah, just keep turning it around and around. And shape it. It's amazing how you can shape poke shapes into these things. I'll show you. I was trying to make like a package, so I just took a round ball of the fleece, and it you can keep poking until it becomes like a rectangle or a square. It's pretty interesting. Okay, still doing the snout. But they have a long snout. Yeah. I think the head of the shape of the head of a deer is kind of like a wedge or a cone. So let's see, poke that some more. That's pretty okay. I can keep poking this later on. I mean, to shape it. But right now I'm trying to attach it. And I've got this extra fuzzy stuff that will help attach it better. I'll just do this right now. Anchor it, anchor it. I should have made the head tighter. Yeah, when you're anchoring something, you want to really push it down deep. Get those fibers that are on the inside of the snout to interlock with the fibers that are on this, almost like in the middle of the sphere, the round ball. Really push it down in there. All right, now I've got this funny shape, and I think some of that, what is this on here? I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a piece of white. Okay. All right, so I've got a round thing with a, it might be a bird now. Yeah, my deer might turn into a bird. Okay, now I need to know what a snout needs to be blunted, blunt. Okay. Kind of put this down more like a wedge or a cone shape for the head. Like a monkey right now. So if you're a beginner, maybe while you're working on something, it might turn into a different animal. This one definitely looks like a baboon right now on the side. Okay. Let's see, what does the top of the head of a think it's more oblong. Okay, push this in some more. Now, remember, if I flattened it out too much, I can always add more wool roving. That shape. Still not the right shape. Getting close. Okay, I've got a dent right here where it's missing some roving. So I'm going to wrap it around here. Get it to. Okay. Okay, I forgot where the top of his head was right here. Okay. Kind of hard to hold on to him. Need those bamboo skewers to hold him down. And you kind of want to get the head as close as possible to the finished state, because if it's attached to the body, it's going to be a little bit trickier to work on, but not impossible. Okay, this is under his chin. Yeah, I guess it's a he. Well, female deers have antlers, right? So now I've lost the top of the head. I think that's it. Well, I guess that's close enough for now. Well, that's close enough. Let's see if it's too big. Oh, wow, it's way too big. Okay. I'm going to shrink this down more. Yeah, that might be the hardest thing, is getting the proportions right. My heads always seem to be too big, but it's easier to shrink it down than to, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Add to, let's see, where's the top of the head? I think this is it. This guy's gray. This wool roving is gray, and I don't think deer are gray, are they? I don't think so. So I'll have to add brown on top. And make it look like deer. Boy, this takes a long time. So I'll make these Christmas ornaments for my grandkids, and I'm not sure how long they'll survive, but it'll be fun. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, wait, is that the top? I don't even know where the top is anymore. I think that's the top. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and attach this. Oh, they need a longer neck. Oh, that looks pretty okay, that proportion. So let me fix this part. There's nothing for the head to grab onto right now. So get some more wool roving. I probably should start switching to the brown, because deer are brown. That looks like a good brown. I'll try this one. Okay. I'm just gonna fluff it out, cross it over, and give it a neck. So since I'm not, obviously not going to be able to finish this in just this one setting time, I need a single one. I'll just do the main. We'll just do this one. I'll just go over the main things that you have to pay attention to. I think I already went over how to attach tails and ears and limbs, and we'll just go over how to wrap the legs up. Now, I also have this 5 needle pink one, and these needles are a little bit finer. I'm trying to see if this will make work better. It has a spring mechanism in it, so the shield here, you know, it goes up and down so that the needles don't stay exposed when you're not using it. Turn, poke around. It looks funny right now because it's a different color. Turn, poke around, up and down here. That sound you hear is me hitting the pipe cleaner. Not good for the needles very much. See if I can get this to get smaller. Way too wide. It needs to go down half of that size. The needles are getting caught on the pipe cleaner wire, so I gotta be careful. Now, right now the neck is sticking straight out, but because of the pipe cleaner, you can bend it and put it in its right position. You can even bend the neck down and the head down to make it look like the deer is eating grass or whatever they eat. So the steps are you block out the shapes that you need and then shape them as close as you can to the animal shapes. And then the last thing you do is after you poke and get it just right, you add the details like the eyes and the nose and any kind of markings. You can see how this is getting smaller and smaller. Instead of going up and down, I'm kind of going at an angle because it keeps wanting to scoot off the pipe cleaner. So I'm aiming towards the body right now. And you'll find all this out when you're working on it. If it looks like it's moving around too much, you know, poke it this way and that way. Sometimes I'll even go this way so that the body joins with the neck a lot better. So it'll be like this angle. I'm going to have to add more to the body later. Right now, I've got to get this down. Slowly shrinking down. But since I can't poke down too deep, time consuming. It's getting tighter. Oh, it's caught on the wire. Okay, it still needs to go down, but right now I'm going to go ahead. I don't know where the, oh, there it is. I'm going to go ahead and attach the head. I don't remember which one was, I think that's the top. No, that's not the top. That's the top. And it has to be attached. This is tricky. Really tricky. Okay, is that the top? I don't know where the top is. I think that's the top. I'll just go ahead and anchor it down. We can always reshape it later. Anchor it down first, because the I hope it doesn't turn into a dinosaur. Right now, it looks like one of those ugly birds. With the naked bodies. I'm gonna have to add more wool there because it doesn't have a good adhesion. It's kind of like glue, isn't it? This wool. Oh, I should change. Okay, let's see. Give it a little scarf. Anchor it down. Whenever my fingers are near, when I absolutely have to get near the needle with my fingers, I go slowly, so I don't rapidly poke myself 3 times in a row. Just go slowly. Okay, right now I'm just trying to get the head attached best I can. And you might think it's not working for you, but trust me, you just keep poking at it and it's amazing. It'll come together. Oh, right now it looks like a very strange creature. Okay. I think I made way too much in the neck, but that's okay. Poke that down. Okay, so this part just needs to be poked a lot and given the right shape. This is the neck, and I assume their necks are long, are they? Yeah. And they kind of stand up, but right now it's not doing anything. I'm going to show you how to wrap the legs so we don't miss that. And we will have to make the body a little bit bigger. So for the legs, it's pretty skinny on the bottom. I'm gonna wrap the brown and just kind of want to wrap it as tightly as you can. Okay, so the bottom part of their legs are pretty skinny. And then it gets wider on the, like the, towards the top. It's like a wedge shape. And you want to kind of like wrap it and then attach it to the body. Okay. But right now I'm going to wrap it one more time. And then you don't want this to slide off, so I'm going to anchor it to the body. This part, you know, you could wet it and wet felt it, but you can poke it too. But the pipe cleaner kind of gets in the way, makes it a little bit challenging. And to wet felt it, you would just use warmish hot water and soap, and you know, you would just keep twisting until it shrank, like you shrink sweaters. Then just rinse it, rinse out the soap, squeeze it out. Okay, so I've attached one leg, and this part is a little bit, should be a little bit wider, and it needs to go into the body more. We can add more. Neck is still way too wide. Now, if this guy is going to have antlers, you'll have to probably make it out of very thin wire and take probably a thinned out glue and wrap a darker wool roving around it and let it dry and stiffen up. And that could be the antlers. Or you can just use like a blackish color thin wire and make some antler looking things. Hope this guy doesn't end up looking like a gazelle or something. It's okay if it does end up looking like another animal. I was aiming for a deer. So you can see, gosh, my neck is big. All right, it's still way too big. There's going to be different types of wool roving out there, and I haven't really done research on how they each act, you know, how different they are from each other. I'm sure you can Google that online. I don't do that much needle felting, so I'm not, you know, I just use whatever I have. And you can also, you know, order like a pack of different colors. They're usually very tiny amounts, but give yourself like a base color of white, and then you can cover it with the different colors. So you don't have you know, that way you don't have to have like massive amounts of colored wool roving. It's getting smaller, that's good. Still have to work on it some more. Okay, so my neck is getting a little smaller here. Now, I'll do one leg so you can see how it really should go. And I think the legs go like that, yeah. So it needs more muscle right there. So we'll give it more muscle. And just keep adding. I don't want to add any more to the neck here. I'm going to add, just scoot it in between the legs here. Okay, it needs more. Look at the proportions. It needs that shoulder. So I added more for the shoulder part. I think this area needs to be beefed up more. Okay. So I'm adding a little bit more on its front legs. She definitely needs a bigger shoulder. Right now, this part of the body is way too flat right here. So I need to add more to bulge it out. Well, the whole body's kind of too small right now. Okay, so we'll do that. Just keep giving it, yeah, more meat. It's hard to tell because my neck is not standing up. Okay, I'm gonna make my neck stand up. And if you want to like bend something like this, you know, make it go, sometimes if you poke here, it'll do that because you're shrinking that one area. I have to go slow here. It'll start standing up. Okay, so see how it stood up now? Okay. So I just need to keep working on that. Make it a little bit wider and thicker here. It needs a chest. Oh, that's the neck. Okay. Yeah, it needs a chest. Okay. Make sure there's space between the legs. Yeah, I should have just gotten the body just right because he's skinny right now. And I have to keep adding. So I can extend this leg by adding, is it hoofs or? Yeah, hoofs to it. It seems too short, but it should be okay. This looks short right now because I got too much roving right here. Get rid of that. This pipe cleaner is not as strong as I thought it was going to be. Okay, so I will have to work on this a whole lot more because I got it all bunched up here right now. The neck is still right now, but we're getting there. The deer is going to take a long time. See if I can raise its neck a little bit more. So I am trying to raise his neck a lot more. I don't know if you can see this. It looks like a mess right now, but we're getting there and it just takes a lot of work. Not sure. I think his neck is still too wide. His head's a little bit big, so I'll have to work on that. But basically, this is what is involved. I'm going to fatten up his body too. His legs might be too short. I guess I should look at a real picture of a deer and see if I think the legs are way too short, so I can extend it out more. Especially this is a hanging piece. It doesn't need to stand up on with the legs. So yeah, I think the legs are too short. Maybe. Yeah, I think, well, can't tell. Can't tell right now because the neck is still too fat. Okay, so start out making simple animals, and then you can progress to more complex ones. And it's while you're making it, it looks like you're not really making much progress, but you keep poking it, and it eventually shapes up pretty good. Now I have to add the brown to this head because it's a different color head. And so I'll just add a thin layer here and keep poking until it covers all that gray. Not sure what their noses look like. I guess it's black, so I can leave a little bit of the gray poking out if I wanted to. But yeah, just add a little thin layer and then keep adding thin layers until it covers up all that gray. And once you add like the details, like the eyes and the nose and muscular structure and all that, it's gonna look pretty good. Okay, so I'm gonna have to stop here, but I'm going to continue and keep working on it. So right now I'm just getting the basic form and keep making it smaller and fine tuning it. Nick is getting smaller and smaller, narrower and narrower, so that's good. And then I'll poke around until I get like good, I'll make the muscle definition, you know, where the legs join. That end, maybe I think they have like cheeks or a chiseled face. Work on that. And it should all turn out. Don't forget the tail and other details like the coloring. I don't think it's, you know, Dior just one color. I think they have some white somewhere, some darker brown or black somewhere. So make sure you have those details. And like I said, you can use embroidery floss for things like the eyes or the nose. Okay, so that's it for the needle felting. It is a lot of work, but it's kind of fun. And once again, these aren't toys for kids, you know, because it'll come apart, or cats or dogs, you know, but they make great ornaments. And if you go online, you'll see people make super, super realistic dogs and cats and other animals. You think you're looking at the real animal. They're really good at this. So we'll see you later. Bye bye.